You ever wonder why some people just seem to effortlessly make money at will while others struggle? Well, it's all about embracing challenges. Just imagine yourself, if you will, standing at the base, the floor of a mountain, and looking up towards the summit of that mountain. Most people will be terrified. And yes, there will be challenges along the way. But what I want to share with you today is how to recognize your limitations and potentially acquire new skill sets so that way you can get to that summit of that mountain, which can be the additional income that you want. So without further ado, let's dive into this video. All right, so let's get into the first talking point. More than likely than not, you're not achieving the amount of income that you aim to achieve, mainly because, and it may sound harsh, but you're not as good as you think you are in particular areas. Keyword, in particular area, or key phrase as I say. Now let me explain. Oftentimes people think that, being business owners, real estate entrepreneurs and so forth, that they're the best thing since sliced bread. Sure, you gain some success, right? Let's say you might have a natural skill set of marketing, natural skill set of sales, and so you reach a certain plateau as a result of those skill sets, right? But you're not at the summit. You remember the analogy, summit of the mountain. And oftentimes we plateau simply because we're not as good as we think we should be or think that we are in other areas. Other areas meaning, yes, you reach this level of income or this level of success, but the reason why you plateau is because you're not managing your team effectively. Or maybe you plateau is because you're not taking a close look at your books. You might not have great money management skills. Or the reason why you plateau is because, sure, you might be good to a certain point in marketing, but it could be better if you hired a consultant to help you, or hire someone that has greater expertise than you to take you to that next level. Or you might have reached a plateau because you focus mainly on organic means of getting traffic, lead generation, but never explored paid traffic to get to that next level. Now, one of the things that I've done when I plateaued, I realized that, going back to the social media aspect, I wasn't able to get to that next level because I always entertain organic ways of generating traffic. Social media, being invited on other people's podcasts, all those marketing methods are great. For one, they're free. Two, low to produce, cost effective and so forth. But the downside is it wasn't predictable. And so I wasn't able to provide my sales team with predictability where lead generation is concerned as a result of me focusing on organic ways of getting a client. But once I bit the bullet, so to speak, and began to research how to do paid traffic, and actually got a book here too. It's called Data-Driven Marketing right here. Knocking stuff over, here it is right here. So I gobbled this book up and it shared with me how to take a scientific approach using data analytics to grow your marketing. And then once I did that, summit of the mountain, things start to soar. So what you have to do, my friend, is take a close look or do a self-evaluation of yourself. And that leads me to my second point. Okay, so the first point we're talking about, okay, maybe you're not as good as you think you are. You might be good in these areas, but you might not be good in these areas. After you take a self-evaluation of yourself, it's important that you take a self-evaluation of what your business actually needs. Because oftentimes, entrepreneurs who happen to be the CEO or the founder or what have you, they typically are good in a few areas in their business. And they're initiators, right? They might be good in a few certain areas and decent or mediocre in others. But if you ask them what the business truly needs, it may be somewhat different as to what the business, it may be different in regard to the skill sets that the founder, the CEO, the entrepreneur actually has. Okay, and that's key. He actually consulted a client and he ran across that situation where he's great at sales, great at marketing, great at product creation. He can create a product on the fly. He can sell any product to anyone. He can come up with a marketing copy, this copyrighted for marketing, Facebook ads, just like this. Excellent. But when it comes to having his team conduct the operations, when it comes to him managing his team effectively, meaning hiring, recruiting, screening them, training them, holding them accountable to KPIs, key performance indicators, creating SOPs, standard operating procedures for them, that's when things began to falter. And so he thinks, okay, I'm more of a marketer, I'm more of a salesperson, I'm more of a product creator. I should just focus my talents on those key areas. But then he's curious to why he's not able to get the income he wants. Well, there's your answer. You have to take stock or evaluation of what your company needs and either A, acquire the skill sets needed to fill that gap, or B, bring someone in who already has those skill sets to fill in that gap. Now, the third thing I like to share about this topic is this. The reason why you're not making the money you want to make is because you're not doing the hard things. I had a team member, she was in customer support, been with the company for some time, and she wanted not just a raise, but a promotion. She believes that she can do more. And I said, well, that's great. I can upgrade you from customer support representative to an account manager in our operations department. So some of the skills that you currently have, servicing the client and so forth, they're transferable to this new role. However, it's important that you know additional skills. And so I also shared that now with this account management role, it has income potential in regard to you getting paid on commission as well on top of your base. So that way you could really make way more money. And she was excited about that until when she got into the job, she realized the additional skill set she needed to do wonderful in this new role was sales. Not necessarily selling a client or upselling a client or what have you, even that's part of it, but mainly selling the clients on ideas to move forward with a certain action item. And that was challenging for her because as a customer service representative, she relied on the skill sets being supportive, being nurturing, and pretty much listening to what the client needs and trying to service that need. Again, all those skill sets are transferable to a new role as account manager, but it takes someone to be more of a leader, to be more direct, to be able to convince or sell a particular client to take a certain action step. And so she said to me, hey, actually sales, it's just not part of my personality. It's just not who I am. And so I don't see how I can actually succeed in this role. I said, well, hold up. You told me that you want to make more money. Yes? Yes, I do want to make more money. So the more money is where the hard things are. Yes, it is hard at times to acquire new skill sets, especially skill sets that may not be suiting to your personality. Because the reverse could be true too. You can have if you're a CEO, business person, you might have a dominant personality and it may be challenging for you to be nurturing to a client because you're just so dominant. But the same thing happens with other people too. They might be more of a nurturer and supporter. It might be hard for them to be dominant and salesy and direct in certain instances. But it's not to say that those additional skill sets can't be acquired. But it could be difficult, it could be challenging. But that is where the money is. So you actually want to get to that summit of that mountain, get that amount of income that you aim to reach and reach the pinnacles of success. Please take a self-evaluation of who you are. Take a self-evaluation of your business to see what it actually needs. And either you acquire those skill sets, you bite the bullet, whether it's conducive to your personality or not, or you bring someone on your team that has those skill sets readily available. Now, by recognizing and embracing these obstacles, you open yourself up for new opportunities for growth. Now, with that said, I'll share with you how we can delve into taking your business income and growing into 10 to 20K in passive income through real estate investing. All right, guys, so that's it. That's all I have. As always, is to your success, continue to earn passively, live passionately, and hey, convert that massive income into passive income through real estate. Take care. Peace.